the consumer sentiment these days is extremely low. A lot of people are um, already feeling economic pressure, pullback, the recession, whatever you want to call it. We see it in everything.
Mhm.
Even rumors that Beyonce's tickets was reselling for lower prices, right? Like the Beyonce's an indicator of the economy.
Dynamic pricing.
And we're gonna talk about it on Wednesday. But shout out to the homie B Simone. Even she was saying that she had to make some economic choices when it comes to the retail space. But with that happening, and then the S&P hitting an all-time high,
Hmm.
is there a disconnect in the stock market, or is this a recipe for a fall off the cliff moment when the market catches up with the reality of what's happening on the street?
No, there's a disconnect between the stock market and the economy, and there always will be a disconnect there. I look at them as two different economic engines, even though they may look similar. The stock market is its own beast. Um, I know retail has gotten popular over the last 5 years, but we have to be very clear. Institutions and the higher powers above institutions run S&P, Vanguard, the Treasury bond market, stable coins, and now crypto. So while the sentiment may be negative as it should be, I was even thinking this weekend, like the erasure of retail as a sector. Like pre-COVID, I remember when Walmart would be open 24 hours. There are not many places that are open to 2 a.m. So there's just been like a decline overall um, in the retail space, and the cost of everything has gotten so high. But the S&P and the stock market is its own engine. Like we said, we're on the midst of a war, and one of the greatest technology companies in the history of America now is in the arms business. I never had them, but that's the other sector rotation that isn't talked about as the involvement into other sectors that you normally would not be a part of to make sure that you survive and keep that top billing spot amongst those indexes. So
Yeah. So the whales will be whales, right? Institutions move the
absolutely.
market, retail investors consume the companies on the market.
Yep.
So what about people that are looking to get into the stock market but waiting for a drop? Is this something that they could say, okay, it's all-time high, don't buy at the highs, recession is here or recession is coming or economic downturn has affected, I'll just wait it out because I know that the stock market is going to fall based off of a variety of different factors.
I don't think it's gonna fall anytime soon. The thing I will say, there is a correction in the market every month, and if you know how to use indicators properly, there's an entry every day. Like hypothetically for VOO, if we got down to 546.89, I would like to get in at that price if I was starting over today. But anytime, Drew sent me this, like anytime CNBC has one of those market and turmoil specials, um, after 1 year, your average return would be 40% with a 100% success rate. So
Yeah.
the indicate in the market Mondays, we've told you endlessly, probably 300 companies of where to invest. I think you can have a personal recession while the market is doing well, and that's a very shitty feeling. Like, so you have to have exposure to the market every month, regardless of what happens, because if not, we can be very honest, the job market is never going to recover, but these stocks are going to go up, it seems like endlessly and into perpetuity. I remember even in 2012, some people was calling the death of Apple and began to short Apple, and they continue to have a run through now.
Yeah.
So you have to invest for the long term in order to make sure you stay out of your own personal
Yeah.
recession.
And there was moments this year. If you look at January 27th when we had DeepSeek, there was a market
Great time.
correction.
All of
Right.
April. Yep.
If you look at whatever he labeled it on April 4th, right, or April 7th, there was a market correction and it pulled back.
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, by definition, recession we won't hit a recession based on the definition of 2 negative quarters.
Yeah,
Based
because
on
they
what
keep
we're looking
changing
at.
it. I don't know if we'll ever have a traditional recession again.
Because we felt from all the looks of it when we looked into April, like, hey, the way this is looking, if this bleeds into May, this will lead to a negative second quarter. The second quarter is going to be over next week. And from the looks of it, as of today, it's a positive quarter. And so, yes, the first one was rough. The second one started out rough, but we've recovered, actually past the lows, and now are going to some of the highs in the S&P. And so, by definition, it won't fit that. But like you said, I think one of those indicators we should be watching is the job market, because that will determine whether they're going to raise or lower interest rates. But even that, now they're saying that it's going to be pushed up to September. That was a report today that interest rates are going to be dropped, which helps retail investors. So invest, but you don't want to time it. You want to have opportunities when you see opportunities.
Okay?
You got to take advantage of opportunities. And there's been at least 2 to 3 this year where, if it wasn't the entire sector, definitely companies that we've spoken about have hit barriers. It was like, all right, this is a barrier for entry.
It's gonna be one of them times where I let my hubris show. April, I told you the market will recover in 62 days, recover quicker than that. If you didn't take advantage of it, I'm sorry. Lo siento. Get your tickets to InvestFest. But if you do want to know where to get into the market and never want to have to guess, go to ianinvest.com.
I was say you forgot.
This ear infection is kicking my ass, boy.
Come on, man.
ianinvest.com. Join the Red Panda Stock Club. Stock Club call will be Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central. Then blackout at 9 p.m. Central with 2 amazing guests. I love y'all. You should have listened though. Should have listened. I'm sorry. There will be another opportunity probably right before InvestFest. I can guarantee it.
Summer months upon us.
Yes. That week of August 17th through 24th.
Oh, it's always been rough.
Usually. Oh my God.
It's been rough.
Which makes it even more important.
I take pictures. I take pictures of that week just to see what the portfolio is going to be. Reminder.